Hey G stars, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you all here because today I'm going to be speaking about one of the most important topics and something which is very close to my heart. Because it's something which has happened to me for the longest time and I did not have a lot of people to talk to. I did not know how to navigate through this newfound feeling. So I just know how important it is for someone who has gone through it to come and speak to you all, because I know this is something you can connect with and I will be able to connect with if you come and talk to me about it, because this requires a different kind of headspace. So there's no easy way to start this. There is no proper structure. There is no one video which is going to cater to everybody, because every single individual will go through different phases in their life, and this particular mental health issue, there is so much, it is so in depth that one video will not do any justice. And I'm planning to start an entire series just of mental health issues, and I'm hoping one of the videos will be of some help to you, and I hope it brings in some positive changes in you. And that's all that I'm looking for in this video. Even if this reaches one person that is looking for something out there which can help them, and if you found it in this video, there would be nothing more that would make me happy. So to get started, if you are one of those who's feeling, clinically depressed, or if you're stressed, or if you are not able to sleep, if you have low self-worth or low self-esteem, if you have been victim of mental abuse or emotional abuse, or if you have been a victim of body shamers, or if you're having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, I really hope this video is of some help for you guys, because I've felt all of this. To be honest, I felt all of this, and I felt it for the longest time. So I know what it feels like to have nobody to confide in. The kind of confusion, the kind of, not wanting to get out of the bed, not wanting to go and talk to people, not wanting to be socially present, the kind of draining feeling that the mind gives you. I know I have been there. So let me just tell you guys, you have made it to this day. You're seeing this video, so a big round of applause for that. Give a pat on your back for that, because on the days you felt like giving up, you did not give up, and here you are today trying to heal yourself, and there is nothing more beautiful than that. Let me assure you, you're doing just great. So the first and foremost in this is the recognition phase. You can be in self-pity, you can be in a victim mode, you can let yourself drown in the sorrow, but it's going to be of no help. None of this, let me be very clear, none of your feelings, whatever you're going through, whatever confusion, whatever feeling of lost or depressed or anything, I'm not going to take it away from you, because it is 200% okay to feel that. It is okay to go through the phase that you're going through. Please do not suppress it, because no one is asking you to suppress it. Feel it. Seriously feel it, but at the end of it, come out stronger. Do not dwell in it, do not make yourself a victim of it, because the more you try to go into the feeling that you're currently feeling, you might reach a point where there is no escape. While you have already recognized that you're having such a problem and you're wanting to take a solution, I see yourself as a winner, because you're already going towards the positive side and you're looking towards to make yourself better. And that's the kind of attitude, irrespective of what you're going through. Even if you do not have even a single person in this world who's going to be helpful to you at this point in time, who's not giving you that mental support, you have yourself. As much as it's easier to be said than done, I just want to sow the seed in your head that you're enough, that you're the only one who can actually fight it out, because it's your struggle, it's what you're going through, it's your experience, and it's you who's going to be coming out stronger than anybody else. People who have not gone through this might not have that pleasure to see themselves succeed at the end of this. They might not have that happiness. But if you have gone through this, I would say you're one of the blessed, because you are getting to know a dimension of mind which not many people get to experience. So consider yourself so special that you're one of the chosen one to experience this extreme lows, for you to fight back more than anybody else and come stronger out of it. So consider yourself as a chosen one. It is completely okay if you're feeling sad today, if you're feeling lonely today. Do not suppress it. My first and foremost advice or a friendly tip is that on the days you're feeling extremely low, listen to your body and your mind. If you really want that downtime, do take it. On such days, please do not try to suppress your feelings. Let yourself feel. Let yourself bask in that. Let yourself completely immerse in that feeling. But day after day, try a little bit harder from within that you want to get out of this and go to a better space. Let that seed be sown right now, right today, that you want to become stronger. So every time you're sad, please put this thought once again. Let it be a thought that's put in every single day. Even if the particular day that you woke up, you're not depressed, put this in your head that you are enough, and no matter what the situation is, you'll come out stronger and beautiful. So on the days of your depression, the subconscious mind will kick it in, and there will be this inner voice who will speak to you saying you're enough. Trust me, this is going to work, because I have tried to confide in so many people. I've tried to find that emotional support in my family, among my friends, strangers, online forums. I've tried several channels to vent out my feelings, but trust me, not anyone understands. For the matter of fact, even people who are going through this whole thing, maybe they don't understand what you're going through. What you're experiencing is very personal than what others are experiencing. So don't hold them responsible. Everyone is fighting their own battle. But I'm not saying don't reach out to people. Try and reach out to as many channels that you want. Vent out as much as you want. But if no one is able to absorb it and give you the kind of response that you're looking for, do not hold them accountable. Do not hold them accountable for not understanding you, because not everyone has gone through this journey, so they will not relate to what you're saying. Keep telling yourself you're going to come out of this stronger. Be brave. You can do this one day at a time. This video, I'm just going to be saying few of the tips that I use personally myself, and I continue it till this day, and I hope it works out for you guys as well. First and foremost, do not give a general term just a depression, because when you're able to identify a reason as to why you're sad for that particular reason. Or when you're able to identify your triggers in particular, that does not really mean you're depressed. You're just sad, or you're reacting to the situation. Depression is a much more deeper sense. It has a lot of things to do with your physical state and mental state. So I would really recommend start off with a counselor. Start off by searching for the best online or in-person counselor. Talk to them, talk to your therapist. There is no shame in that. That is the best solution. I would really suggest that you first go and talk to your therapist or a counselor. And if need be, they will recommend you to a psychiatrist. That's where the medical intervention happens, and you will really get to know what's going on with your mind. But if you do not have access to a therapist or a counselor, here's what I would do. First, take one day at a time. When I say take one day at a time, this includes even the day when you're not depressed, or you're depressed, you're not feeling yourself. Each day, no matter what your positives or failures are, celebrated. Acknowledge it. When I let the thought pass through your mind, say that, hey, you know what? I was feeling low today, but I did it. I made it to bed. I may be crying right now, but I know that tomorrow will be a better day. I still have a new beginning. So you still have your negative as well as your positive in it. This is you recognizing that, you're just recognizing the chaos that's going on in your mind. So that recognition is really important. Don't let it boggle down your mind. You have to be vocal about it. You can write it down. When you usually get anxiety or panic attack is when you have way too many things going on around you, and your brain is not able to process it, and you're just your response from the brain is trying to cope with it, but it's not able to cope. And as a shutdown mechanism, it gives you this anxiety or panic attack. So, and for such cases, if you have good enough time, so now say for example, if you have a presentation tomorrow, make sure the previous day you relax yourself. Do not try to take on crazy amount of responsibility. Even if you have I cannot stress this enough. Most of the solution is right in front of us. Those who succeed are the ones who actually use these cliched, which we already know kind of techniques. They use it and that's why they're successful. Do you want to be successful? Please use these cliche methods, because it is no rocket science. It is simple day-to-day techniques which we usually do but we tend to overlook are the ones that are really going to help us. So if you're having anxiety or panic attack for something in the future, try to prepare your present. You already know the kind of event that you're looking forward to, so try to prepare yourself, irrespective of it could be a presentation, it could be a photo shoot, it could be anything, whatever your profession is, or a personal thing that's coming up. Prepare yourself well in advance as to what do you need, if it's going to be outfits or if it's going to be like data collection. I'm just putting multiple fields into one, but then according to your field, according to the kind of nature of work that is pending for tomorrow, break it down. Take a pen and paper, take your phone, just take some random notes. Write down the things that is needed for your presentation or whatever work that you have. Write it down, make a checklist. This way, you don't have all of it cluttered in your mind, but it is organized on a paper. The minute you try to reduce the clutter in your mind and you organize it somewhere else, you will see instantly that your anxiety and panic slowly starts to come a little lesser. The main reason being that your mind is starting to feel that it's able to control. The mind starts to fight out only when it's seeing the unknown, when it's not able to control it. I'm not saying control your mind or let it flow randomly, but there are a few organizing techniques which can help you through the day. So these are just basic, simple organizing techniques which can help you fight the anxiety and panic attack, and which can take you through one successful day and another one. So this is how you have to simplify your day. When you're getting too cluttered or boggled down, please make a list of the things that you're worried about and try to break it down. Accomplish one by one, but always try and make it down. Do not write everything ambitious, write down very simple points. Try to keep your to-do list very simple so it's achievable. The more you feel your to-do list is achievable, the more confidence you get. And the second one, again, it goes back to noting down. Not stress enough. There is no better healer or there is no better listener than your journal. There is no better listener than your notebook and your pen or your mobile notes. But I would really suggest stay away from the phone, take a literal book and a pen, because this is the most beautiful and natural healer you will ever find. I suggest you use the journal technique on the days you're extremely depressed or you're having any of the other mental issues. It could be anxiety, panic attack, low self-worth. It could be any of those. On such days, please pick up your notebook and pen and write down the chaos that's going on in your mind. When I say write down the chaos, I literally mean write down the chaos. What I say is, do not write fancy story or essay or any of that. When I say write down the chaos, it could be just one word, it could be a phrase, it could be crazy sentences. As the word starts popping out in your brain, write it down. So if something as stress comes up, if there is panic attack that's coming up, or there is anger that's coming up, loneliness, or feeling left out, whatever that is coming out, irrespective of if it's a word, phrase, lines, whatever it is, just write it down. And if there is another thought process that's coming in, say now stress gets repeated 5 times in your brain, write that stress 5 times in the journal. And at the end of it, when you feel a little lighter, promise you, after you fill out 2 to 3 pages, few people can feel relaxed right after a page, but after you fill out few pages, you feel lighter, you feel the burden on your mind is decluttered and it's all right in front of you. And you will see for your own observation, you will see this number of words that are repeated XYZ number of times, and that, my dear friend, is your trigger. The trigger is what you have to always recognize, what is triggering you and what is actually pulling you down. So when you figure out what those words are or what those emotions are, the next time you happen to see that, it's going to make you realize, oh, I had written this down and now I'm going to that space, let me control myself from going to that place. So that's going to be a mindful way of getting out of it. Usually what happens is we tend to go down, then more thoughts add to it, then you go down, down, down. This keeps piling up so much that there is no way of escape. But once you start unwrapping it, you see what the actual issue is. Most of the times we overburden our mind, that we don't give it the space to breathe. So this way of writing is a breather for your mind. So please give that mind some breathing space and write it down and see what is it that your mind is really, really bothered about. And the minute you see it, please acknowledge it, and please try and stay away from it one day at a time. Again, I'm saying one day at a time. Do not try to make long-term commitment. Just take one day at a time. Break it down, break it down, break it down. In this journaling technique, I would also suggest you write when you see a trigger, like the minute you see some anger, or you feel like crying, you feel outraged, write that. It could be politics, it could be love, it could be someone is being unloyal and you're not able to take it. It could be animal cruelty, it could be anything. Just see the topic which brings a surge of emotions in you and write down the topic name. So now for example, say politics, you're seeing constantly too many politics posts and you're unable to take it, your blood is boiling. Just write politics and write underneath what are the feelings associated with it. Is it rage? Is it disappointment? Is it whatever the feeling is, just write it down. So this way, again, when you're seeing such a situation, you're already aware as to, hey, I know now this is the situation. I had a meltdown, and now this is when I need to be extremely mindful of how I react to it. This again helps you in calming your mind. It helps you calm your thought process. And coming forward is my third point, which is taking care of yourself. Even on the days you're depressed, try, and as much as it's easy to say, it takes immense energy, and I know you don't want to get out of the bed, I know you don't want to talk to anybody, I know you don't want to do literally anything, I know you just want to cry like a baby. But on those days, try and love yourself a little bit more, that at night, especially when you go to bed, is when you need to somehow fight it out. Just bring that love out of yourself to make yourself feel at home. Prepare your space, make sure your room, declutter it. When I say, there is nothing more healing than decluttering. Maybe it's your mind, maybe it's your room, maybe it's a space that you're sleeping. The more you declutter, the more at peace that you feel. Make your bedroom where you're sleeping very beautiful, very aesthetically pleasing. All this, the minute you enter your surrounding and you see, it is very calming. There is nothing like it. Place some plants in your bedroom where you're sleeping or where you're spending most of the time. So usually when you see greenery, your body starts to connect to the nature and you feel a lot more lighter. So keep those key items of, have some room fresheners, have some aroma candles, and have some sprays, have some essential oil sprays. Prepare your bedroom, prepare wherever you're spending your maximum time, prepare it with aromatherapy, prepare it with such beautiful scents, such beautiful vision, that you slowly feel relaxed rather than overwhelmed. So that is my third tip for you. Fourth point is, on the day you're feeling depressed or anxious or panic attack, try and stay away from your phone, try and stay away from your laptop, try and stay away from your gadget. Call in a sick day, call in if you have already made plans, call it out, you don't have to go. It's okay for you to say no to people on the days when you need utmost self-care. But on the day I'm saying you need utmost self-care, I really recommend you do not use any of the gadgets, do not use laptops, do not use your phone. The more the radiation that comes from the phone, just observe this. On the days when you spend a lot of time on your phone is the day you're most irritated. The day you spend yourself away from phone or away from any gadgets for that matter, even if it's TV, even if it's laptop, iPad, whatever it is, the more you stay away from gadgets, the more calmer you feel. The day you feel depressed, keep yourself away, set a timer on all of the social media apps. The minute the alarm goes off, keep the phone away or whatever gadget you're using. Do some household work. It's not necessary you need to exercise, but you can just pick up a broom, pick up a mop, just pick up a cleaning cloth and clean the mirrors. It could be as simple as such a tiny physical exercise of just moving your body and staying away rather than just sitting on a couch and holding a phone and just physically doing some work, which is going to help you immensely. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of work, you will see a shift in your mood. I would also like to mention about, if you're unable to sleep, I'll come up with a video of few of the amazing apps which are free, which you can use, which can help you cope with a lot of things. Days where you're just not able to sleep, here is a free app which I have been using and I recommend it to everyone in my friends and family circle who are unable to sleep. I just recommend this because it's a free app. It's obviously not a sponsored post. I use it myself every single day, especially on the days when I'm unable to sleep. It's called Tao Mix. I'll just put it in the link. They have these beautiful bird noises, river sound, rain sound, which is for free, which you can combine it on your own and set a timer for say 30 minutes, 1 hour. Put the phone on the side and just close your eyes, and I promise you, you'll fall asleep. You wouldn't even know when the timer went off. It doesn't create an alarm, it just slowly shuts down the app, so you will fall asleep and you'll have a great sleep. So on the days when you're even if it's not this app, find any white noises. White noises help you sleep. Babies sleep with white noises, and it's a great healer. If you're unable to sleep, search for any kind of white noises that your mind is able to connect to, and use that, and you will fall asleep. These are few of the tips which I personally use, and I hope it helps you guys. But apart from that, I really want to quickly touch base upon a few of the things which I saw on my Instagram which you guys wanted me to address. I'll definitely make a separate video on it, but this is just to quickly touch upon it. I saw a few people who had issues with their self-worth and self-esteem, and few people having body shamers and emotional abuse. Let me just tell you, it is okay to feel all of this, because it's just going to be, it is really an opportunity for you to know yourself better. There is no growing if you're not challenged, and this is a kind of mental challenge, and you will come out of it beautifully. Let it feel that pain, feel the emotion, but come out of it gracefully. And when I say come out of it gracefully, it is through self-love. Do not really care about what others have to say, or even if people reject you, even if someone walks out on you saying, hey, listen, you're too bad, you're not worth me, you're not worth my time, I wasted my time on you, you're useless, what are you even doing here, why are you even in my life? For such people, do not let yourself down, because you have so much to offer. When I say self-love, look at it this way. I'll definitely make a separate video because I don't want to mix it with this one, but what I want to say is, it's okay to feel the feeling. Start having self-love, start zone out. The minute you see people who are criticizing you or looking down upon you, just cut them off. Even if there are chances that they are in your office and you're not able to ignore them, just take their words from one ear and leave it from the other. Do not take it to heart, and I'll come to that video probably in the next week. But then do not listen to those folks, just zone out, start working on yourself. And I think meditation is a great way to do that. As much as I would suggest apps, I would still suggest you guys go personally to any of the meditation centers and take up meditation courses, because this is more than just, it is a discipline. So when I say self-love, even though I'll cover it in a different video, it is more of a self-discipline. And a video, just me saying it out, might not help you with the way you think about yourself, but self-love is utmost important. There is a way to zone out from the rest of the people. There is a way to stop thinking about what others say and just nurture yourself. The minute you come into that space, there is nothing more beautiful than that, and what others say, what others feel about you will not matter. Because at the end of the day, it is you, my dear friend, who is paying your bills, who is taking care of yourself, who is taking care of your family, who is doing what it's needed to fight the day. So it is just you. It does not matter what others have to say. If you feel you're not contributing to their life or they're not contributing to yours, start finding ways to switch off from that situation. Since this is a very personal experience for each one of you, I will not be able to give a generalized statement, but please see what are the ways you can slowly cut off from that person or from the situation. If you're physically unable to cut off, please try and cut it off mentally. Do not take it to your heart. Just listen to it and try to forget it. So this is it for this video, you guys. I hope it really helps you all, and I hope you're leaving this video with something that you can take back and something that you can work on. And I really hope you heal yourself naturally and beautifully and come out of this much stronger than any one of us. Just remember, you're blessed to be feeling this, because not everyone gets to come out of this as stronger as you are. You are given an experience, so experience it and come out of it stronger. I love you guys so much. Keep shining bright.